Peace, good people. How is everybody doing tonight on this particular Tuesday? Let's call it a particular designated Tuesday on the calendar. Welcome everybody to the Tuesday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is the safe space where we set oppression ablaze because I think the fall of oppression is on the horizon. That or either extension level event is on the horizon. So either way, shit's fitting to change, okay? Whether we're ready for it to change or not. But it would be better if we were the ones changing it and shaping it in the fucking mold and image and vision and possibilities that we know things could easily be, but for fuckery like capitalism and white supremacy to start. So, anywho, how's everybody doing out there tonight? Did you guys vote? Did you guys vote? I voted. I'm not gonna front. Of course, I voted. I have a ancestral obligation. I feel ancestral guilt to go vote, and so of course I went and voted. And at the very small polling place where I cast my ballot, was talking to some of the poll workers, all lovely, black women masked. I was happy to see it. Big up PG County. But I asked, I said, so, what has the turnout been so far? And the lady was tickled pink. She said, oh, it's so you are voter 253. I said, is that good for a midterm? She said, oh, it's very good. And she said, I think polls in Maryland close at 8 o'clock. So we're less than an hour away from the polls closing. And at least from my little corner of the world, it appears as though folks are showing up to vote. Even in not heavily contested states like my own. And I would just like to thank anyone who is a state of Maryland voter. I thank you in advance for your vote for Kim Brown as a writing candidate. I'm going to get it right. A writing candidate to be your next governor. Because I was looking, and by the way, not only did I write myself in for governor, I also wrote myself in for Senate because I said, wait a second, I see there are numerous vacancies here that I could absolutely be filling because look at this slate of fucking clowns up and down the goddamn ballot. I said, clown, clown. I should have, as I'm leaving the polling place, I said, I absolutely should have written myself in for more, for more offices because I definitely believe I could be serving the people in a better capacity than these sons of bitches that's on the ballot. But then again, I digress. But so my ballot tonight that I cast, basically, I voted for me and I voted for weed because weed is on the ballot here in Maryland. And we're going to get into several other things that are on the ballot. But one of my central stories that I wanted to bring home to you guys today has to do, sadly, it has to do with the climate because there were a couple of grim new reports out that I think we need to be aware of because comments that Joe Biden made on the campaign trail, I think he was out in California, SoCal somewhere, and he said something about shutting down coal plants. And not only did the right lose their mind, started to freak out, coal country started to freak out, but the White House was very quick to walk that shit back. I said, bro, if these are our climate change defender warriors, we are effed in the A badly, like in a bad way. So I think it is important to continually raise conversations surrounding the climate and take a look at some protest actions that occurred over in the UK. What's up, Damien? What's up, Ursula? Big up the UK. They were shutting down highways and shit. I was with it. I said, come on now, white kids, do your thing. Do your thing. And the duh. And when I close the show tonight, I want to talk about a up note, a upswing, a upside here about the World Series. And before you guys leave, before you leave the room, I just want to say it was really cool to see manager Dusty Baker of the Houston Astros finally get his World Series championship as a manager. And y'all, Clinton Yates, you guys know who Clinton Yates is. Yates is a sports writer. He's on TV and shit. He's DC guy. Yates wrote a good piece about how a lot of black men don't get to be Dusty Baker's age, like 70 plus. They don't survive long enough to see these milestones and to get these later in life achievements because racism, capitalism, all kinds of shit be taking black men out way early in the game. And I want us to take a look at that and celebrate some black boy joy, as it was, some grown ass black man joy, because I was very happy to see it. Baseball, and I'll talk about how I identify baseball as part of my blackness when we get to the topic there. But just really quick, to start oh wait, I didn't even say hi to y'all. My bad. What's going on? Who I see in here? I see Miss J Free, Infinite Content. What's going on, Big Till? Hello, y'all get on in here. Hey, Rose, girl, you know we did not block you. I don't know what I asked Molly. We checked the list, and you was not on the list, baby girl. So I don't know what the fuck was going on. YouTube, that was YouTube playing games. What's going on, Shirley? What's up, my son Tyler? Valley Girls. Valley Girls? What is that shit looking like in Arizona? The fucking madness. Oh my God. Speaking of madness, speaking of midterm madness, come kick it with me. After this broadcast goes off, I'm gonna be over there with Jordan on Status Quo, looking at some of this, some of these midterm things. Now I know he's got a guy on the ground live in Pennsylvania, and may I say, guys, I have to say, I'm not invested truly in the winners and losers of the election, but for the issues that I truly care about, and that is access to abortion, access, fucking weed, whoever's letting niggas out of jail, like this shit I care about, like all that other fuck shit. I'm not all that invested, but I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm not invested in who wins and loses, but from a very macabre entertainment perspective, I guess I am interested in what happens. So Pennsylvania's a madness. We'll see what's going on there. Georgia, madness. Arizona, madness. Like everywhere is fucking mad. It's crazy. So come kick it with me over on Status Quo shortly after we wrap up tonight's Burn It Down with Kim Browns. Alrighty. Wait, did I say hi to everybody? Or did I? Oh, it's Latif. Hey, Latif. Hey, Court. Hey, Holly. Hey. Latif, I saw your comment about voting in Florida. I might have I don't know what your indecision was, but I would have erred on the side of caution because DeSantis is locking niggas up for voting. It's a fucking crazy thing. We'll see how that shit shakes out. I have to confess, I have looked at very little news on today, just because I know that the big races, or the most contested races, like that Georgia shit's not gonna be resolved tonight. That Pennsylvania shit's probably not gonna be resolved. Like all the shit that's gonna determine who maintains control of Congress, that shit ain't gonna be done tonight, y'all. That shit ain't gonna be done tonight. But anyway, I want to see if weed is gonna win, and let's go to weed. Actually, let's start with weed, because weed is on the ballot. I guarantee you, weed is gonna get more votes tonight across America than anywhere fucking else. Pop up that tweet there for me, Will. Yeah. This is the midterm shit that I care about. I care about marijuana. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I can remember very clearly getting harassed for dime bags, nickel bags, stems, seeds. It's a new day in America, at least on this issue. I'm very glad to see it. So, according to the tweet here from the good folks at the place. There's something else I need to tell you guys really quick. I smoked a J very close to airtime, and I feel like I put my makeup on high. I feel like my makeup application denotes that I am high. And probably the execution of this show will also denote that I am high. So I just wanted to let that disclaimer air out towards the top. So lower your expectations accordingly, please, and thank you. Alrighty. 19 states have smartly legalized the responsible use of marijuana for adults. Can I say, I prefer the word marijuana over cannabis. I don't want to hear cannabis. I want to hear weed, but marijuana. I love it. Because you got to say it like people from Maryland say it. The people from Maryland say Maryland. You have to say marijuana. Mhm. Now it is time to bring cannabis freedom to Missouri, Maryland, North and South Dakota, and Arkansas. Let's go. Help us win big tomorrow. That means today. That's the important message. Who put that up there? Was that Normal? Big up to Normal. Normal's been a little quiet lately. I ain't seen Normal out there like I used to, but I guess Normal was putting in work for decades prior. But regardless, so we have 5 states that could legalize marijuana, and let's start with the goofy state of Maryland. Now, Maryland is probably who did I saw this on another tweet. I don't think I have this up here. Fuck it, whatever. Someone said on the tweet that Maryland is the bluest state that does not have recreational marijuana. And there's a reason for that. Do you know what the reason is, guys? Would you like to know? Oh, I know. Because Maryland loves locking niggas up for weed. Loves it. I mean, oh my God. Up until the point that marijuana was decriminalized in the state of Maryland, which, by the way, was the result of a lot of organizing. Big up, I believe LBS was very critical in that. Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, amongst other organizations, but I think LBS definitely stands out in my head as being involved. LBS out of Maryland, out of fucking Baltimore, not fucking Baltimore, but out of Baltimore. And you know the Lawrence Belpre and them, they have a show over on Black Power Media, just to give you guys some context as to who I'm talking about. But yeah, so and that's a somewhat recent phenomenon. After DC legalized in 2014, I think Maryland decriminalized somewhere in betwixt a couple years after that. But the reason why Maryland is out of place in that list of Missouri, Arkansas, North and South Dakota, Maryland's very out of place on that list. You would think as a reliably democratic place, but nope, they just love locking niggas up for weed too much, too much to surrender it voluntarily. So that is why there is that. Fucking Virginia has legal recreational weed. I don't know if are they slanging it. Will are they slanging weed recreationally in VA yet? I know they passed it, or the Governor
Nope.
Clan Hood. Okay.
Nope.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will. Will is from VA. That's why I defer my Virginia questions to Will. Well, yes. Anyway, so who? So anyway. So Maryland. Where was I at? Did I already say Maryland loves locking niggas up for weed? Because they absolutely did. So it was question 4 tonight on the ballot. So and I was reading social media, some people's, people reporting from polling places, and one anecdotal account said some man showed up to the polling place, was not going to be deterred by the people, the campaign supporters. Oh, would you like to vote for Westmore? Would you like to vote for so and so? Would you like to vote for so and so? The guy's like, I don't want to talk. I don't care about any of these candidates. I'm just in here to vote for weed. And I promise you, weed is going to get more votes tonight in Maryland than Westmore, Dan Cox, Chris Van Hollen, everybody fucking combined. Mark my words. I hope they count the votes that way too. I bet you more people show up and vote for weed than they give a fuck about any of these other state races. And by the way, just as an anecdote, I was I looked at the slate of candidates on my, on my fucking ballot. I was not impressed. It's a bunch of fucking loyal state partisan hacks. Like anyway, Martin O'Malley's lieutenant governor. Y'all know Martin O'Malley. What was the nigga name on the wire? They called it was governor. He was Mayor Garcetti, right? Garcetti. So Garcetti is supposed to be Martin O'Malley, who was the mayor of Baltimore and then moved up to governor for 2 terms. His lieutenant governor, Anthony Brown, After O'Malley's term limits came up, Anthony Brown ran for governor and got his ass kicked by this fucking racist piece of shit we have in office right now, Larry Hogan. Larry Hogan stomped that ass because Anthony Brown weak fucking candidate. So in true Maryland State Democrat Party politics, is Miss J Free in here? Miss J Free gonna let y'all know I'm telling the absolute God's honest truth. So they said, okay, Anthony, the people rejected you as governor. No sweat. Donna Edwards decided to give up her congressional seat to run for senator in the Congressional Black Caucus, opposed her and supported her fucking white male candidate. A goddamn madness. But anyway, so they said, no worries, Anthony. Why don't you just run for Congress? Run for Congress in Donna Edwards vacated deeply Prince George's County, but some Anne Arundel County district in there as well. So Anthony Brown got to be my punk ass fucking congressman for a couple terms, and now this nigga's about to be attorney general. Okay, but here's the rub. Here's the kicker. You guys want to see how fucking incestuous this Maryland politics is? In the Democratic primary, Anthony Brown, former lieutenant governor to Martin O'Malley, Anthony Brown is running for state's attorney general. Okay, and in the primary, you never guess who his opponent was in the primary. You never guess. Just take a guess. Don't tell them, Maryland. Don't tell the people. Guess. Yes, if you guessed Martin O'Malley's wife, you would be correct. You would be correct. I could not make this shit up if I tried. If I tried. So seeing how back scratchy and careerist and aspirationalist and all this fucking other shit these Maryland Democrat gerrymandered districts are, anyway, regardless. So you see how that shit worked, right? Now I'm high. Now I done forgot where the fuck I was going. I was on my way. I was on my way to the point, and then the path, and then appeared a fork in the road, and my brain synapses went left, and my point was over to the right. Ain't that a bitch? Regardless, Anthony Brown is about to be the new state's attorney general. This nigga done held about 2-3 different state offices, and he's going to tip her out. He's going. Where else is he going? Anyway, anyway. Oh, I know where I was going. So seeing how all these connections and these relationships and all this shit, niggas just get shuffled around to different state offices and fucking federal offices, whatever. That's why I find Westmore to be such an anomaly. That's why I find Westmore to be such an anomaly, because he ain't did none of that shit. He ain't held now a state office. He ain't held now a city council position. He ain't been nobody's mayor. He ain't been nobody's congressperson. He has not been in elected office. And for the first time this morning, when I heard the gubernatorial race being covered by the local news, this would be Fox 5. I was watching Fox 5. Fox 5 has a bunch of very talented Black women that are just really delightful to watch on morning television. As local TV news goes, you guys know I already have my critiques, etc. But whatever. I need to know what the fucking weather's going to be, right? Okie dokie. So anyway, the Fox 5 reporter described Westmore as an investment banker. Investment banker, Westmore. I said, a what? Who? An investment banker? This nigga get a new title every time he pop up on TV. Investment banker. Where is my red flag? I do not have enough red flags to wave. I'm trying to tell y'all, OP. And not OPP. not the good OPP. Just drop that last P, just a regular OP. I'm telling you, y'all, watch him. I don't trust him. That's why I had to write myself in for governor. God damn. Is between the op and the fucking Klansman. How could I not write in Kim Brown? And I wrote in Kim Brown, not Kimberly. That's not so there's no confusion. There's no confusion. So if at least one other person votes for me tonight, I will be happy. I will be very happy. But anyway, I went on a high tangent. Let me circle back to my damn doctor. Did everybody leave? Don't go. Don't leave, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm just stoned. I'm not stone silent, which sometimes happens, But not tonight, though. We had the sativa, so woohoo! And so we be up. we be up with the thoughts. The cohesion, not guaranteed, but the thoughts, yes. The thoughts shall come. The thoughts shall indeed come. All right, where the fuck am I going here? God damn it! Can I even talk about this shit? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, 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 nah. See, now I don't even want to talk about the depressing shit that I had. So I don't think I will. Well, I'm gonna save that whole segment. I'm gonna save that whole fuck. I'm gonna save that for Friday. I'm gonna save that for Friday. I cannot. Because that shit's going to down my high. I can't talk about the Arctic ice shelf just going all the way away. That's what the report came out and said. Oh no, all that Arctic ice that took millions of years, thousands of years, tens of thousands of years to form. Yeah, that shit about to go. Ha! It right in front of y'all. And by y'all, I'm including me. I am y'all. Eh, nah, fuck that. Nah, 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 nah. Actually, I'm having a crisis of conscience. I'm not sure. I'm trying to weigh the merits of presenting the story versus blowing my high, which is to go show you where my priorities are. So fuck it. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Because I think there's some things to get into. Yeah. Alrighty. So Earth is down bad. Did you know that Earth is down bad? Plant life down bad, air quality down bad, all in the name of capitalism. Okay? And the bottom line is all of these expected profit projections into the stratosphere 2023 and beyond, like capitalism is so cannibalistic. It eats everything. It's carnivorous. It's an omnivore. It eats all. Ah! I'm sorry. It's not funny. Capitalism eats everything. So if it eats everything, then what the fuck is going to be left for the planet and by extension the human race to be able to sustain itself? And not just the human race, obviously. Humans are no more valuable than plant life, animal life, marine life. I don't give a fuck. The preservation of the human race at the expense of potentially thousands of other species going extinct, to me, is not a fair exchange. So economic growth equals global extinction. Okay. And I want us to look really quickly at a couple of protest actions that happened in Europe, because because those are the ones I saw. Because those are the ones that I saw. So this clip we're about to see, this is from a couple days ago. Oh, that's right, because COP 27 is coming up, right? A chance for all the Western rich nations to like stroke themselves and lie in everybody else's face about what they're going to do to help preserve the planet. Oh yeah, yeah. No, we're going to cut carbon emissions. We're going to do all this shit. Yeah, we're going to give money to countries in the global south who are bearing the brunt overwhelmingly of our changing climates via flood, via crop failure, via stronger typhoons and hurricanes. Yeah, we'll do all this shit, says the Western nations, says it as they lie through their fucking teeth, right? So I'm going to get into COP 27 in a second. But also the other side about COP 27. COP 27 is where representatives from the global south, nations disproportionately affected by the results of climate change, that's where they come to be like, hey, the fuck, hey, y'all said by 2020, 2022, you was going to do A, B, C, and D. Y'all haven't done dick. Bastards. But anyway, let's take a look at this protest action. This is from Amsterdam. And the tweet reads, it says, Amsterdam airport police running after hundreds of climate activists blocking private jets while on bicycles is objectively funny. And I thought this was funny too. So I want you guys to take a look at this clip. This is from Amsterdam. The folks showed up to block the private jets and the cops start chasing them, and it looks funny. Let's take a look. Olaf, you get back here. You get back here. You don't run from me. I police. I have no idea what a fucking is it. What are the Netherlands niggas? Danish? No, no. Those are from Denmark. What's Netherlands? Jesus, don't. Never mind. Don't even tell me because I'm not gonna. I don't even care. Don't even care at this point. So there's that. And then I wanted to swing on over to the United Kingdom of what? What is that kingdom united in? The United Kingdom of racism, the United Kingdom of colonialism. What's the fuck is so united about the kingdom? I know what's united about the kingdom. The United Kingdom of exploitation. The fucking United Kingdom. The kids over there are very upset. Very upset. Will, if you could run that video, you could pop it up and let me just talk over it because I don't think it's much sound to it. But what they did, the organization, pardon me, the good folks at Just Stop Oil, they came through and set up the protest along the highway there, the M25. And I saw that the local police precincts were tweeting about how they were going to run out there and snatch up these handful of protesters who were snarling traffic there on a very busy kingdom on a very busy freeway there in the United Kingdom of crackerism. That's the United Kingdom's new name from henceforth. So anyway, look at that. Snarled all the fucking traffic. Snarled all the traffic. Yup, shut that shit down. If we don't get it, shut it down. Hey, shut it down. Come on, UK, shut it down. Love to see it on behalf of the climate. So there's that. But actually, Will, can you run the oh, that's right. I had them joints put together. Never mind. See, again, a stone. So anyway, I want you guys to take a look at these clips, okay? One is from one of the protesters out there on the M25. I hope I've got the name of the highway correct. The M25 there in the United Kingdom of plantations over there. So anyway, so one of the activists, her name is Louise. She's a young girl in her early 20s. And Louise is about to give voice to what so many other young people have been giving voices to for a long, long time now. Even when I was young people, I too was trying to give voice to some of this shit. Not in the same way, but I was aware that it was happening. And that's the fucked up thing. We've been aware that these climate catastrophes have been coming, but now you have a generation of people getting ready to begin their lives in early adulthood. And they're like, what the fuck? Like this shit, like everything that the scientists have said was going to happen has happened. So if the worser projections are to be believed, as expected, come 2050, when these people are middle-aged like me, when the youngins are middle-aged like me, what the fuck is the planet going to look like? And again, as middle-aged person, thinking ahead as to when I will be elderly and perhaps infirm, what's the fucking plan here, guys? What's the plan? But the problem is, ain't no fucking plan. And the UK's elected leadership is about to reveal that. So we're going to hear Louise in a clip, and that's going to be followed up by Labour Party leader Keir Starmer. Embarrassment. Embarrassment. So big up to Louise, we about to see, and then to Keir Starmer. Let's take a look.
Hello, my name is Louise. I'm 24 years old, and I'm here. I'm here because I don't have a future. And you might hate me for doing this, and you're entitled to hate me. But I wish you would direct all that anger and hatred at our government. They are betraying young people like me. I wouldn't have to be there if they did their lawful duty to their own citizens. I'm part of the Just Stop Oil Coalition, demanding an end to all new oil and gas licenses in the UK. What we're asking for is what all the scientists are asking for, what the United Nations are asking for, the International Energy, the IPCC. How many more people have to say, we don't have a livable future if you continue licensing oil and gas for you to listen? Why does it take young people like me up on a fucking gantry on the M25 for you to listen? Over 1,000 people in the UK died in just a few days because of the 40-degree heat, because of the climate crisis, which is fueled by oil, gas, coal, fossil fuels. And our government, they want more. It is an act of murder. And this is an act of self-defense. And we need you to join us in order for this to work, in order for our murderous government to take action and listen. How many more people in Pakistan, in Nigeria have to die before they listen, even in the UK? We will stop as soon as the government stop new oil and gas. Please join us. Civil resistance is all we have left. The police are now here. And they're closing off the road. There's another person down here. Just Stop Oil is the only chance of a future that we have left. Just stop oil.
Get up, go home. I'm opposed to what you're doing. It's not the way to deal with the climate crisis, and that's why we've wanted longer sentences for those that are gluing themselves and stuck on roads. I think of all the people trying to get to work today. I'm here at Imperial College. We've got fantastic young scientists who are dealing with carbon capture. This sort of thing will actually help us solve the climate crisis, and it's people working on projects like this who can't get to where they need to be because other people are gluing themselves to the road. So I'm afraid I'll be really tough on them. I think they're totally wrong.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God. Are you sure he's in the labor? That's Tory energy. The United Kingdom of Crackers. That is absolutely big cracker energy, even to his own people. You really do hate to see it. But first of all, I feel, Luis, like there are a lot of instances in which, I'm not really here for white women's tears. Not usually, right? But right there, I was like, yes, Louise, God damn it. You can weaponize the white women tears for justice, for righteousness, for the climate. Yes. And drag your government while you at it. Yes. Yes. I want that. I want that. And Keir Starmer bitch ass, here this motherfucker come. Anyway, but so there's that, right? But so that's their left or not conservative leadership. I don't fucking know, but not really sounding too dissimilar from Democrats right here in the United States, because Joe Biden has tried to position himself as the president, potentially the candidate 2024, or the incumbent in 2024, should he run, who cares about the climate. And that's a lie. That's a big fat fucking lie. That Build Back Better infrastructure shit, that shit was lame. That shit was weak sauce. All the way weak sauce, right? I don't support it. I do not support it, because what did he do? He authorized the continuation, or the ability to be able to finish a pipeline project coming through West Virginia down into Southern Virginia through northern North Carolina, the Mountain Valley Pipeline. We talked about it here on this program. That was the fucking compromise to get his goddamn infrastructure bill passed. So how the fuck is that? How is that showing any caring for the environment? Jim Crow Joe, you treat the environment like you treat black people. Like shit. Very terribly. Very terribly. So there's that. And I want us to let's bring that back on home here to Los Estados Unidos, because Joe Biden got in a little bit of trouble. His handlers, his oil and gas overlords, had to yank his chain a little bit. And then they sent old girl They sent the sister out there to go try to clean it up, and she did not do a good job of that. She did not do a good job of that. But how could you? You try to clean up behind Joe Biden. Oh my God, shit falling out of his mouth all the time. Girl, you got to walk around with a shovel to clean up Joe Biden shit. Jesus, what an awful job. But she took it. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let me pick up the pace here a little bit. And big up to everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video. I apologize for appearing to you guys in this state, but hey, them's the breaks, kiddos. So, like the video, thumbs up, become a subscriber if you haven't already, become a member if you have not already. We appreciate everyone who has ran us some bags. Thank you, Cord. Thank you, AR, for the cash apps. Appreciate that. P-ups. Back to Joe Biden, bitch ass. So, this is a clip that was making the circles, making the rounds around conservative media, right? And see, that is where that is where I do share ground with conservatives. I love to see Joe Biden fucking up. Yes, play it again, run it back, wheel up the track again, selector, run that one back. So anyway, this was making the rounds through conservative media. And this is Joe Biden campaigning in Southern California, talking about he was referencing a coal plant in Massachusetts that had been shuttered and had been repurposed for other things. And then he had a slip of the tongue where he claimed he was going to be shutting down coal plants everywhere. What? You? You sure? But anyway, I'll let Jim Crow Joe speak for himself. Take a look.
I was in Massachusetts about a month ago on the site of the largest old coal plant in America. Guess what? It costs them too much money. They can't count. No one's building new coal plants because they can't rely on it, even if they have all the coal guaranteed for the rest of the existence of the plant. So it's going to become a wind generation. And all they're doing is going to save them a hell of a lot of money, and using the same transmission line they transmitted the coal-fired electric on. We're going to be shutting these plants down all across America.
Well, it'd be awesome if that was actually the case. And, maybe even for a moment there, Joe might have suspected that might have been the case. But no. The call, I'm sure, came very swiftly to the White House. What in the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck you mean you're going to be shutting down coal plants? We got to burn all this goddamn coal. We got to extract every lump of coal out of the ground because America needs energy independence. And if America cannot be energy independent, we're going to be reliant on shady foreign dealers, foreign oil sources. If you motherfuckers don't put up solar panels and shut the fuck up, goddamn, don't make no fucking sense. All that dumb shit that Texas people been going through the heat and the cold. If Texas had the goddamn state on fucking solar panels, none of these problems would be in existence. But no, white male greedy capitalism gets to fucking destroy the planet at any pace that it sees fit. So that's Joe going off script accidentally, by accident, maybe, kinda, sorta, potentially saying what could be perceived as the right thing. But nay, I want you guys to hear from Corinne Jean-Pierre. Girl, how? I can't feel too bad for her. Because this is what she wanted, right? Like, this is what she wanted. She wanted to be the first ever. Well, she's not African. What does she consider herself? A Black American, Haitian American? She was born here. Black woman, fuck it. I'm not pausing. I'm not gonna pause nationalities. Not right now. But anyway, she wanted to be the first Black woman White House press secretary. It's exactly what she wanted. So she wanted to get in there and defend clownery. Why? Why? Is that important to be the first? You gotta sit up there and defend a fucking clown? A clown? Whoo! But I will say this, she ain't the first Black woman to defend a clown. So, I mean, She might be the first Black woman in this particular position defending clownery, but she ain't the first Black woman to defend a clown, though. Anyway, but let's listen to Corinne. Oh, let's listen to Corinne again. I feel empathy, but at the same time, all I can say is girl. Girl. Let's take a look.
We don't often get a very lengthy Saturday statement from you clarifying the president's remarks from the day prior. Can you walk through what the genesis of that was and whether or not you guys thought that perhaps it would be politically problematic had those statements been allowed to stand?
So we just wanted to be, you're talking about so we just wanted to be very clear on that, which is why we put out a statement. It seemed like there was some confusion on that. And so, I want to say this. It was, some of you were there. It was loud and hard to hear, I think, or maybe not exactly what was being said, but I currently don't want to get into punditry from here and why we did it or do it paid or did it on TV. But I spoke to this over the weekend. The president's words, we believe, were twisted. And we were very clear about that. And anyone who knows Joe Biden knows he comes from a coal country from Scranton, Pennsylvania. His great-grandfather was a mining engineer, as you all know. President Biden knows that the men and women of coal country built this nation, and he has spent his presidency fighting for coal communities so that they too can benefit from the energy transition we're in right now. Again, the reason why we put out that statement to you asked me about the genesis. We believe his words were twisted, and we just wanted to make sure there was some clarity.
Corinne said, now y'all know Pawpaw can't hear. You know Pawpaw can't hear that good. Come on now. What you thought Pawpaw was going to give us a good cohesive answer? You know Pawpaw can't hear all that goddamn good. You know you got to speak up. Pawpaw. You know you got to talk loud. And then she tried to run back Joey's coal mining heritage. Like Joey was a coal miner's daughter. Like she was like, no, don't you remember his great grandpapa used to be in the coal mines, Scranton. Remember? Don't you forget Joe Biden from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Oh my God. How much money, guys? Serious question to the chat. How much fucking money would you have to be paid to take up for a fucking clown like that in front of everybody? I don't think they got it. I don't think a number exists. A lot. And I don't mean like $2 million. I mean like 20. I mean like a bucket. A huge bucket full of money. Oh, good. Y'all still in here. Great. So anyway, so you got so-called liberals on both sides of the Atlantic poo-pooing basically the notion of cutting back oil and gas, right? Joe Biden had to, or at least his press people had to walk back shutting down the coal plants because the fucking coal barons started to lose their shit. Joe Manchin started to lose his fucking shit, and they had to walk that shit back. Which tells me that Democrats are not the party that is here to address climate change in any meaningful, serious way. We don't have a political party that is here to address these things. And when I say these things, okay, I mean these things. I mean these many, many cascading things. So pop up what's that that Reuters. The government themselves came out with a report indicating that the US has to make far bigger emission cuts to meet the climate goals. Oh, by the way, climate goals of which we've met none. Okay? And the only time that it actually appeared as though the potential for the US to try to meet some climate goals and other countries as well was at the onset of the pandemic when people stopped driving and the plants were not planting as much. I mean, the coal-firing plants, I think I mean. It was a ridiculous thing. But Joe Biden seems to think that just adding 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations, that's going to do it. Okay, but the problem is, how much do Tesla start out at? A lot, yeah. Well, fuck Tesla. We wouldn't buy a Tesla anyway. Fuck that bitch ass. that bitch ass colonizer. I won't even fucking compliment Elon Musk by calling him a bitch ass in, because he'd probably love that shit. You're like, yes, I am African American. You fucking piece of don't even fix your lips, Saltine. You, not you, bro. You, dog. Not won't. I got derailed by fuckery. I return. So here we are. So yes, the U.S. has to make far bigger conditions and deeper emissions cut. To sound as though the Biden administration is ready to do any fucking additional cuts to emissions, not at all. In fact, I read a piece in the Philadelphia Inquirer that Governor Wolf, is that the nigga name in Pennsylvania? He's trying to make it so that the access to fracking in Pennsylvania becomes easier, more open. And should Fetterman win, I think he is pro-frack as well. I would have guessed Oz, simply because of the conservative platform that he's trying to desperately cling to. He'd be with the shit as well. So America's not slowing down on these emissions anytime soon. No time soon whatsoever. Well, what does that mean for the planet? Well, really means bad things, very bad things. Let us take a look at haha. Okay. Oh man, I don't know if I have time for this. Poop, poop, poop. I do want to play this sister though, because she said something brilliant. Ooh, Will, pop up the first Guardian piece. World fears terminal loss of Arctic sea ice during summers, report warns. And I believe this is the same report. So in addition to the Arctic sea ice basically erasing, going completely away during the summer months, with not enough refreeze during the winter months, it's just simply doesn't get cold enough in the Arctic anymore for the ice to replenish itself. That means very bad things. That means very bad things for the animals, and for the people who make their life there, north of the Arctic Circle, and there are native and indigenous people that have been there for thousands of years. And with all of this ice melting, that is just, speaking of colonizers, hello, colonization knocking. Hello, it's Canada, it's the United States, it's Norway, it's Denmark, it's Russia. Everybody's going to be making a move towards the Arctic. China too. I'm sure everybody going to be flexing towards the Arctic. That's bad, bad, bad. Because you know what's up in the Arctic, right? Lots of untapped oil reserves, and these fucking greedy ass capitalists can't wait to get their hands on it, and that is just going to further hasten the acceleration of climate catastrophe. So yeah, to echo the young sister there, Louise, in the UK, the fuck are y'all doing? I don't think she actually said that, but I'm paraphrasing. Throw up that next Guardian piece, y'all, because the Guardian apparently does this is covering the climate shit better than a majority of American outlets. And this headline reads, more than 80% of U.S. waterways contaminated with forever chemicals. 80%. 80%. I just had crabs last night. You think my crabs from the Chesapeake Bay, potentially from the Chesapeake Bay, even though, by the way, I think is crab season closed in Maryland and Virginia? I'm not sure, but because the crab season this past summer and spring was so paltry, the lowest count of crab population since they've been tracking crab populations in the bay, this past summer was the worst. So people in Maryland are still gonna get their crabs. I admit to contributing to the overfishing. I guess Jesus. Ugh. Can't enjoy shit. Jesus. But anyway, we get a lot of our crabs from Louisiana and Texas, right? So I'm certain the crabs down there are swimming in all kinds of invisible petrochemicals. Taste a little tangy when you when you pop over the crab leg. You get a little tang of that petrol. I'm sorry, it's not funny. I have to laugh because I want to, burn shit down. I want to strangle people. People need to be harmed here because it is people making this shit fucking happen. It is people enabling this. It is governments enabling the criminal brutalization of the planet's natural resources and of the resources that humans literally need to survive. What are going to be the long-term consequences on human evolution with these forever chemicals living in every single biological organism on this planet? Like, nobody gives a fuck, man. You gotta make that money. I mean, that's it. And the rest of us, we just have to kind of go along with the shit. Like, we are aware of what is impending. But hey, man, bills gotta get paid. And I'm not like, I don't even knock people. I don't knock anybody for doing what they have to do to survive. But as a collective, we have to fucking understand that action has to be taken here. And there are more people on this planet disproportionately harmed by the policies set forth by the powerful, right? There's not that many powerful people. They just got all the money and a lot of the guns, but it's still more of us than them. It's still more of us than them. And why can't we get them? Get them! Get rid of them. But I know it's going to be some more fuck boys and girls just waiting in the wings, ready to step up and continue the ultimate destruction of the planet and life as we know it here on Earth. And tragically, guys, the planet, climate change, that shit is never on the ballot. It is, but it isn't, because neither political party here in the U.S. really give a shit. The Democrats like to pop a little lip service. They like to pop a little eco-friendly, a little go green. They like to give you a little bit of that little granola crunchy propaganda. They like to give you a little of that. But what the fuck do they really do about the shit? Nothing. Exacerbate. Or they'll do things that perhaps make very small incremental improvements, but the problem is it's later than you think. Right? Like it's later in the game than you think it is. So all this little slant passes 5-6 yards over to the sideline, that shit ain't gonna cut it. Okay, we need deep bombs down the field. I'm talking about Lamar Jackson bombs. You feel me? Sorry. I'm sorry. I told y'all I voted for myself for governor and senator. Okay, it's a serious kind of evening. we mean business tonight. We do mean the business. Anyway, so let me get the fuck off of this climate shit because again, very dangerous, very close to blowing my high, and I got other things to do tonight. So let me get my shit together. Thank you. Wonderful. Hey, thumbs up. Please and thank you. Thumbs up on the vid. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. How come climate isn't on the ballot tonight, everybody? Because climate's never on the ballot. Climate's never on the ballot. And yet climate is the thing that we endure the most, that we experience the most. And that it will be enduring, that will impact generations to come. But capitalism must capitalism. Fuck it. The last thing I want to get to has to do with the World Series, and I'm gonna sit up because this had some significance to me. Okay, now I don't know what people's positions are on sports, on professional sports. We can have conversations about athlete exploitation and the plantation setup of professional team ownership, particularly the way it shows up in the NFL, and the ways in which Major League Baseball still continue to idolize and deify figures in their sport from yesteryear who really shouldn't be there. I'm talking to you, Babe Ruth. I'm talking Babe Ruth. I'm talking exactly about you, Babe Ruth, because Babe Ruth was hitting them home runs. He wasn't hitting them off Satchel Paige though. You feel me? It's like he was hitting home runs, but he wasn't out there playing against the best of the best, right? So miss me with Babe Ruth as the king of any fucking thing. Because, nigga, You wasn't playing against niggas. Therefore, ergo, your shit needs an asterisk too. You want to put asterisks on Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds? Put them asterisks on them fucking white record holders, those Major League Baseball players who happen to be white who were playing during segregation. Put asterisks next to all of them bitches because y'all wasn't playing against everybody. Y'all wasn't playing against the best. Anyway, I'm still on my soapbox. I'm not hopping off just yet. Hold on. So anyway, I watched this World Series. I ain't watched not now a game of baseball during the regular season, or even for that matter during the playoffs. Duh, because the Nats wasn't in it. And the Nats done fell all the way down. The Nats have totally hit the skids. Washington Nationals, that is. But Dusty Baker actually had a hand in helping formulate and manage what would be that 2019 Washington Nationals, the World Series champs. Like, they let Dusty go. Did they let Dusty go? Was it the season before they hired Davey Martinez? Or was it 2 seasons before? Was Davey in his second season when he won? Regardless, Dusty had a hand in that shit. His fingerprints were absolutely on it. And Dusty Baker has been one of those figures of baseball that has just been there. But I can recall my grandmother, my granny, my granny, born in 1916, died in 2008. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother in Little Rock, Arkansas. During the summers, I would spend the summers in Little Rock, and I would spend a lot of time with my grandma. And what did my grandma do? She spent a lot of time in the summer listening and watching baseball, right? And to this day, I really don't know how my grandmother came to love baseball. But Granny could talk baseball with anybody, right? And she started to get fancy when she got a TV in her room, because she would always listen to the Cardinals games on the radio. Because the Cardinals were the big, the major league, the regional team for Arkansas. Arkansas has a double A team, the Travelers. Oh, I know way too much about this. But anyway, so she would listen to the St. Louis Cardinals games on the radio. And when she got a TV in her room, she got fancy. She would watch the ball game on mute and listen to the game on the radio. So baseball, if I ever wanted to spend time with my grandmother, I would just watch the games with her. So I come to baseball very honestly. Some of the quality early childhood moments spent with my dad were going to Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland to go see the Orioles, but not just the Orioles, the fucking Orioles. When the Orioles were Gunners, them Jim Palmer Orioles, them young Cal Ripken Jr. Orioles, them Eddie Murray Orioles, right? And I remember going to see the Orioles, and Eddie Murray has batting helmet on, but he'd have his afro sticking out from under it. And every time he came to the plate, everybody go, Eddie, 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 Eddie. So anyway, I come to baseball very honestly, and I associate it with my grandmother, right? So baseball has never been a white sport to me. It was always part of blackness. It was always part of my American blackness, right? And my grandmother was always a big fan of Dusty Baker, huge fan of Dusty Baker. And I remember her just, she would reference Dusty when he was managing. And, Dusty told that boy to come here. We will get you together. I can't remember what player it was that I remember her talking about Dusty saying, come here, come here. So to see Dusty finally win it all as a manager, I felt as though my granny was there with me watching the Houston Astros get it done in spirit. So it was a very touching moment. But the fact that Dusty took him so long, and not through any fault of his own. Dusty Baker would get snatched out of managing opportunities. He would get shorter contract offers, less money than white managers, or managers with less experience. Like, these motherfuckers put Dusty all the way through it. And when he came to Houston to begin managing in the wake of the Astros cheating scandal, right, they basically brought Dusty in to clean up the shit, right? Because because everybody was giving the Astros the blues. And that's, same way Obama got elected, right? America had really hit the skids. Okay, well, now, nigga, the nigger, we've seen you waiting. We've seen you over there waiting, nigga. Now is the time where the dumpster fire. Here's your garden hose. Get busy. So that's what Dusty did. Dusty got busy. And I want us to look quickly, if we could, at this first two clips. Actually, the first clip we're going to see is Christian Javier, I believe. That's the pitcher's name, right? The guy who he started game 5 or game 6. I think it was game 5. Woo! Dominican. Woo! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell, but I mean, I'm not even talking about his looks. He is good looking, but I'm talking about his pitch and his stuff. He had his stuff working. So anyway, this is the clip posted by Major League Baseball after Christian Javier pitched a no-hitter. I guess what passes for a no-hitter in 2022, and celebrating with Dusty Baker. Let's take a look.
Well, let's see. This morning, Dusty Baker had managed the most games ever without a World Series title. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Now they quit talking about it.
Has it hit you yet? You got mobbed in the dugout after it was over. You had to hold on to the fence so you didn't topple over.
Yeah.
Has it hit you yet, Dusty?
Oh, it hit me all right. It hit me as soon as that ball, Jordan hit over the moon out there. That's when it hit me.
What has been the most enjoyable thing about this whole run for you?
Well, now that hadn't sunk in yet, to tell you the truth. But, how about them Astros? Hey, this is the greatest bunch of guys. They told me in spring training that they were going to win it. Now, what's next? Party.
Dusty, enjoy it. Dusty Baker.
Well, man, thank you.
Very, very cute. Very happy for Dusty. But the one thing I wanted to play for you all, in case you had not heard, is the clip from his wife. Okay, and the woman is going to tell the story. Okay, make no mistake about it. So Dusty's obviously very happy, glowing, basking in his well-deserved World Series glow and victory, and already looking ahead. He said, what happens when you win one? Well, now you try to win two. So I know he's already set a new goal. But I want you guys to take a listen from Dusty's wife, Melissa. And Melissa really kind of gave a different take, a different perspective about what this victory means for Dusty specifically, and the things that he actually had to survive to become this age, above the age of 70. He had to survive in order to achieve this victory. So anyway, take a listen to Dusty's wife, Melissa.
It's a little bit surreal right now, and it doesn't even, it's unbelievable. I have no words.
What does it mean to you to see him win his first World Series title as a manager?
Well, this job almost killed him. He's had a stroke. He's had prostate cancer. He's totally put his all into this game, and all he wants to do is win. And finally, it's happened, and I don't think it's even going to sink in until we get home.
How proud and happy are you for him right now?
I'm so proud. I told him this morning. He woke up this morning, and the first words out of his mouth were, "I'm going to win my first pennant today." And I said, "You sure are." So it's a beautiful thing. And in 2002, Darren's crying in the dugout after we lose to the Angels. I can't find him. I don't know where he is, but I know he has a big smile on his face now.
Where does this moment stack up in y'all's life?
I mean, right up there with just, I think first it's having Darren, and then I would say this is next. So family first, and then this.
very, very poignant words from Melissa Baker there. And of course, if you're baseball fans, I think 10 of you clearly are not, because at least 10 people left. But regardless, if you guys remember back in '02, when I think was he managing the fucking Giants, right? And his son, who was like a little boy at the time, 3, 4, 5 years old, was right there at home plate when Cats was trucking on in to score, and somebody had to go snatch the little boy off the plate. Well, he's not a little boy anymore. He's, I believe, in the minors himself. So anyway, time flies. But the point being, if you could pop up that piece from Clinton Yates there, Big Willie. Yeah, it's called Anscape. Anscape.com. This piece appeared on. And Clinton Yates, makes some very good points um about, black excellence versus black mortality, right? Why Dusty Baker's World Series win means more. And he goes on to talk about it means more because black men are out here dying at very young ages at very disproportionate rates for a variety of reasons. Young people are getting snuffed out, I'm sure, wherever you are across the country. But here in the district, in the DC area, but specifically within the DC proper, there has been a number of teenagers. When I say teenagers, I mean 14, 15, 16 years old, dead because of gun violence, right? So these kids don't even get out of childhood for all intents and purposes before they're gunned down. And the other subsequent risks faced by black men in the very specific ways in which racism impacts black men throughout, the diet, throughout the enduring of racial profiling, the negative effects that has on people's health, the higher likelihood of being incarcerated, and incarcerated for some bullshit, um not having access to health care, to nutritious food. I mean, everything in America is out to kill black people, right? And we see the ways that it shows up trying to kill black men. And I'm knowing fewer and fewer older I'm talking about elderly black guys, y'all. I'll go back to my family here. My father died at age 53. His brother died at age 60. Like, these cats are not living to be old. Okay, they're not getting to be old. Even if we take a look from recent celebrity deaths, I'm thinking DMX and Biz Markie, and I'm thinking hip hop, obviously, Fife Dog, these different people dying from healthcare issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, or substance abuse, right? There's a lot of shit out here trying to kill black men. And apparently prostate cancer and the other thing that Melissa mentioned, the other health challenge that Dusty was dealing with, was trying to kill Dusty as well. And but for, I'm sure, Dusty being a high earner, or earning certainly more than the average black person, and having access to health care and treatment more so than the average black person, is exactly what prolonged his life. So Yates, also points out that Dusty is only the third black manager in baseball history to win the World Series, which is a remarkable thing because, as Clinton Yates says in this piece, baseball's old as dirt, and black people been there balling, baseballing, and only three black managers in the history of baseball. Dusty's the third. Racism's be racism like shit. But it it was a very poignant and significant moment to me to see Dusty Baker finally win the World Series. I'm glad that he lived long enough to be a sage man, to be able to get this victory. And I'm glad that he got the opportunity to do so. And more black managers need more opportunities. More Latino managers need more opportunities. So congratulations to the Houston Astros and to Dusty Baker especially, and big up to my granny for turning me on to baseball, and for having me think about her while I was watching that game. So there's that. All right, guys, let me get off of here because I gotta hit up Jordan. I don't know if I know the link to get into the stream over there at status cuckoo. So, I mean, not cuckoo, I'm still high. Let me go get some water. Let me go let the dog out. And then I'm a hop on over there to status quo. We're gonna be looking at some of these midterm results. Polls are just starting to close places. So, well, here on the East Coast. So, so we'll see. We'll see what this should look like in the morning. I think it's gonna look even uglier than it already does. Can America get any uglier? I would say I hope not, but America always demonstrates that it has further to fall. Every time you think America has hit the bottom of the chasm, another hole opens up from beneath the pits of Hades, and America continues to fall even further. It's like, God damn, how much farther can you go? Oh, they can go way farther. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. Thank you all so much for coming up in the place to be. Thank you, Gamondays. Thank you, Anna Hart. Oh, thank you, Anna. That's this Monday, Anna. Next Monday. Yes, next Monday is going to be our disability support chat. So if you want to come through and talk up the disabled tings or the caregiver tings, next Monday, the 15th. Oh fuck! Next Monday the 14th. My bad. Next Monday the 14th is where it's at. So hit up Anna if you want the details. I'll be sure to post all of that. Comrade Kwame, what's going on, baby? Did I see that correctly? Maybe I didn't. Peace Nawadi. Peace Spin Cycle Dragon. Oh, that's right. We didn't have a BPM show this morning. What's up, Tressa? I guess nobody showed up. I guess nobody showed up. I texted Ear Doctor. I said, dog, I'm in line voting, shorty. I'll be there about 8:30. And I roll up to get in the broadcast, and I said, how am I already on? he ran a replay. My bad. I intend to be there on the morrow. Okay, bye, Damien. Bye, Donnie. I'm sorry. This is what I do. This is how I don't gain a new big following on YouTube, because I'm too busy shouting out my OGs. But guess what? We wouldn't be here. We would not be here if it wasn't for y'all. We would not be here if it wasn't for y'all. So fuck them new niggas. We shout out our old niggas every day. Ain't that right, Will? What's up, Afra? What link? I need the link to get into Jordan's broadcast. That's the link I'm referring to. I have to contact him directly, but I need to go get a drink of water before I do so, and I'm already just sitting here yammering about. So, gang, thanks a bunches. I will see y'all back here on Friday, and I'll see y'all on BPM tomorrow. And check me out on Status Quo in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, don't forget, kids, COVID is out here still jumping on people. I do not want it to jump on you. Kindly social distance, wash your hands, wear your good masks when you're indoor public spaces, please and thank you. I appreciate it. On behalf of Will and Molly, see y'all later. Bye bye.